So, first of all, in order to identify, I wasn't asking for limits, just for this example. So, first of all, we have to identify or realize that the denominator factors into x minus 1 and x minus 2. So, x cannot be 1 and x cannot be 2 for sure. But because this factor disappears, this turns into a whole, or if you want, removable discontinuity, which cannot be a vertical asymptote. So the only vertical asymptote is x equals 2. So the simplified form of this function is 1 over x minus 2. Now, when we determine, because you have to find the horizontal asymptote, you still have to determine, at least on paper, you have to determine x approaches infinity, as we just discussed a few minutes ago. Where is it? Right here. That's why we reviewed these. So I have to find the limit at infinity in order to determine horizontal or slant. So even if I'm not asked to enter it, I still have to find it, of 1 over x minus 2, which we know small over big, it's always 0. So then y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote, and the only vertical asymptote is at x equals 2, or x equals 2 is the vertical asymptote, because the other one is a whole. As long as we remove the factor, that cannot be a vertical asymptote. Okay. So back to our discussion. Let me know if you have questions. So we are continuing now with 1 over x and then with the square root of x. And then we can look at other functions from the book. As I said, there is a glitch with my book, but I have the hard copy. So I have it here, or you choose when Amanda shares the screen for us. Okay, so we're looking at f of x equals 1 over x. Can anyone tell us again what is f prime? For any function, not just for this one. What does f prime equal to? And then I can write it. Anyone, please. Can anyone dictate the definition of the derivative again?
The limit of f of x plus h minus f of x
Yes.
over h.
Thank you so much. It's very good to repeat and repeat and repeat things. Good. So for this function, I don't have to work on the side to find what we did for f of x plus h, what we did as we did for the quadratic function. So we have limit as h approaches 0, 1 over x plus h minus 1 over x divided by h. Okay, so do not drop the limit operator. We did not apply it yet. What is the next step? What do I have to find next?
You have to factor out h.
I cannot. So this is 1 over x plus h minus 1 over x.
Find the LCD of the
Yes,
numerator.
yes, we have to subtract or add, it doesn't matter. Adding or subtracting is the same procedure. So what is the least common denominator? Yes. And we'll put it here.
X plus h. X plus h times x.
Very good. They have nothing in common. There are two different factors. Both have to be in the least common denominator. So what is the adjustment for this one, and what is the adjustment for the other one?
That would be x and x plus h.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. So then I have x. Remember, there is a minus here. Minus 1 times x minus 1 times h. So be very careful. Now, what has to happen? What is the first thing that must happen every time we looked at the difference quotient or the derivative? It doesn't matter. What has to happen next, for sure? Otherwise, I'll say stop.
All the x factors without h are cancelled out.
Yes, every term without h from the numerator must go away. Now I have a fraction. I have to flip the denominator because I'm multiplying. So limit as h approaches 0 from negative h over x times x plus h times 1 over h. What is the second thing that has to happen now? If it doesn't, I'll say oops and say stop. Go back, go back, go back. Anyone? What is the next step?
Is it if h is in the numerator?
H from the denominator must simplify with some h from somewhere. Now, let's write it one more time. Do not drop the limit operator, please. Now we are applying the limit operator, and we will obtain the derivative of function 1 over x. Can anyone give us a derivative of function 1 over x? I'll keep pushing it because of the other camera, so it appears in the camera, that's all.
Is it -1 over x squared?
That's it. So please carve this in stone in your memory. 1 over x prime equals -1 over x squared. Please carve this in stone. Good. And now we want to look at the square of x.
One moment, please, before you continue.
Yes, any question? Yes, please, any question.
We had lim of h as it tends to 0, -1 over x times x plus h. How do we arrive at -1 over x squared? Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's why I have my props. What will I do with this display of props if you don't ask questions? Okay, I'm just kidding, of course. Good. Any questions? Okay, moving on. I'm on page 4. That's okay. So we have f of x equals the square root of x. Can anyone else give us the definition of the derivative, please? Anyone else I haven't heard from today, please?
F of x plus h minus f of x over h.
No, it's 2 concepts. I'm begging you. 2 concepts. It's not the difference quotient.
Oh, limit of
Yes.
that. My bad.
No worries. That's why we have to repeat. It's nothing wrong. We have to repeat and review and repeat and review. It's the only way. Again, this is a simple situation. I don't need to take it aside. Limit as h approaches 0, the square root of x plus h minus the square root of x divided by h. You don't even have to check. This has to be 0 over 0 at all times, every time. When we determine the derivative, this initially will always be 0 over 0. Good. So how do we proceed? What technique we use for this one? It's a specific.
You can multiply by the conjugate.
Yes, multiply by the conjugate. Very good. Conjugate. Very good. Or rationalize. Same thing. The numerator. Good. So we multiply by the conjugate, which means the square root of x plus h, but plus the square root of x. They have to be the same because this has to be 1. The square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. Good. I copy the limit operator. We did not apply it yet. The denominator is very clear. It's this product. Can anyone give us the numerator? The numerator is this product. What do we get?
That should be x plus h minus x.
X plus h minus x. Excellent. What has to happen now? For sure, always, always. If not, we are in trouble.
Everything that isn't with h has to cancel out.
Yes, they go away. I will write it one more time just for you to see. Limit as h approaches 0, h from the top, h, the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. What is the second thing that has to happen no matter what? Otherwise, I'll say stop. Something is wrong.
H cancels out.
Yes, that's the second thing that has to happen. If you need to write it one more time, let's write it one more time. Do not drop the limit operator, because now we drop it because we will apply it. So please tell me, what is the answer? What is the derivative function of the square root of x? And we will have to carve it in stone.
1/2 times the square root of x.
1, thank you so much, 2, the square root of x. Carved in stone. It's extremely important. These are very important rules. 1 over x prime is negative 1 over x squared, or the square root of x here. The square root of x prime is 1 over 2, the square root of x. Perfect. Now, we can choose any other function to practice this. Here they are, or Amanda will tell us. So here they are, from 21 through 32. So you can choose any function. If you want to share, you have permission to share. Or we look anywhere between 21 and 32. I don't know if you can see because it's kind of small.
Can you tell me the page number it is? I have
Yes,
2.8.
163. 163. So we looked at quadratics. We looked at, maybe we should look at another rational function. Okay, I'm on page 5. Anyone would like to choose? 163. (21 through 32). If anyone would like to choose, please choose. If not, I will.
We could do 29.
29. So allow me to change to x only because it's easier.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to u at the end. So 29 is g of u. I can keep it. It's, you know, it's not very, no problem. 4u minus 1. Perfect. You can stop sharing. Very good. Thank you so much, Amanda. You're a lifesaver. Okay, so we want to find the g prime of u. Again, can anyone else give us the definition of g prime of u?
It's the limit of
Yes.
Of g of u plus h.
Yes. So g of u plus h minus g of u divided by h. So that's why I wanted to avoid that u plus h, but that's okay. Good. So then we will start with limit as h approaches 0. Has to be g of u plus h. U plus h plus 1 over, careful, 4u plus 4h minus 1 minus u plus 1 over 4u minus 1 over h. Okay. What is the first thing I need to do? What do I have to find first?
The LCD.
Yes, awesome. Great job. Okay, what is the LCD? What is the LCD?
4u plus 4h minus 1 times
Yes,
4u.
of course, it's the product of the two. It must be the product of the two. Good. What is the adjustment for the top of this one? What is the adjustment for the type of the second one? Top of the second one. What do I need to multiply by?
4u minus 1, 4u plus 4h plus 1.
4u plus 4h minus 1. Exactly what they don't have. Awesome. Now it's a big deal. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have enough room here. I'm going to try. 4u distributed to these three terms, then -1 distributed to these three terms. 4u times u, 4u squared, 4u times h, 4u 4u times 1 plus 4u, minus u minus h minus 1, minus u minus h minus 1. Now be very careful because we have -u to be distributed here and -1 to be distributed here. So minus 4u squared minus 4uh, but plus u. I knew I was going to run out of room. And then minus 4. There are no two minuses. It just says follow the symbol. Something else follows. So minus 4u minus 4h plus 1. Sorry about that. So these should be here next to the -1. What has to happen next? If it doesn't, we are in trouble. So again, 4u squared, 4uh, 4u, minus u minus h minus 1, minus u minus h minus 1. Negative u times 4u, negative u times 4h, negative u times -1, which is positive u. -1 times 4u, -1 times 4h, -1 times -1, which is positive 1. Again, what has to happen next? Anyone? Yes.
All values that don't have an h have
Yes.
to cancel out.
All terms without h must go away. Maybe some terms with h, but at least those without h. Yes. Let's check the 4u squared. Yes. Let's check 4uh. Yes. It didn't have to because it has h in it, but luckily it went away. 4u.
4u.
Yes. Awesome. Negative u with u. -1 with positive 1.
Yeah.
So this is left, and this is left. So therefore, I have limit as h approaches 0. Everything is gone, everything except the -h and the -4h. -h minus 4h is -5h. Everything over, 4u minus 1 and 4u plus 4h minus 1 times 1 over h. What has to happen next? If it doesn't, I'll say, uh-oh, wrong.
The h's have to cancel out.
Yes, they simplify. Yes, they simplify. Perfect. And now we can write it one more time. Let's do that. H approaches 0, -5 over 4u minus 1, 4u plus 4h minus 1. Now we do apply the limit operator. It goes away, and we have an answer, which is a function of u that is the derivative of the original function. It's okay if you're wrong. Just tell me what you think.
-5 over 4u minus 1 squared.
Yes. 4u minus 1 squared. 4u minus 1 times 4u minus 1 is 4u minus 1 squared, and there is a -5 at the top. You can put it in front, but we do prefer to put the symbol in front of the fraction line. Perfect. Did we have enough of this? Do we want to work more? Yes? Very good. So let's choose other functions. You can make them up. If you feel like making up a function, please do.